The ah is the feminine ending in the Hebrew. You don't have feminine endings in English. It's, whatever. But ah is the feminine ending. So to call the woman Isha, which is the normal word for woman, it's the word ish with a feminine ending. You could say woman, it doesn't work. But that's what's going on. So when it says it is not tov for man to be alone, it doesn't mean because man's lonely. I'm so lonely, I don't have a woman. That ain't the point. He cannot fulfill his function by himself. It is not tov for him to be alone. For it to be tov, he needs the partner. So significantly, again, this is a sneak peek. He has no part in the creation of the woman. That's why God sends a deep sleep on him. Yeah. So, because he named all of the animals, but for this he has no part. He's a deep sleep, and God essentially cuts him in half. Usually it says he took a rib. What the Hebrew actually says is he took a side. Yeah. Like a side of beef. Mm-hmm. That. It's the same word for side is the word used for side of the hill, for side of the ark. You took one half a man, and they usually translate a rib, because if you take a whole side off of a guy, he's going to be dead. He's not going to. You can have a rib, and I can survive. Mm-hmm. But if you take one half of my body, I can't survive. But that's what it actually says. Mm-hmm. So the Isha is an aspect of the man, as it were. So he's asleep. He has nothing to say about it, and from her, God literally builds a woman, because the word build, I think it's the word bana, I'll have to say, it means something strong. Mm-hmm. She's not a tiny little weak little woman. No, this is, God built something strong. And then when the Adam sees her, there's this cry, there's this recognition, this is it. This is exactly what I've been looking for. This cry of ecstasy, in which he said, "This is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called Isha, for she was taken out of Ish." When you translate it, she should be called woman because she's taken out of man. You lose the play on words. But so it's talking about how they complement each other, how they need each other. If Adam corporately is going to be tov, you need to have both. And there's also hierarchy in there as well. Just to let the feminists know, if you weren't, I should infuriate everybody in this one talk. That to name is a function of creation, as we have seen. Mm-hmm. God says, "Let there be light," and God gives it the name day, or it creates this rakia and calls it heaven. Gathered together, it's called earth. It's called seas, and so. Naming is a function of creation, and when God is trying to find a partner, something that's tov for man, God creates the animals to see what the Adam will name them. And it said whatever the Adam named him, that was its name. So man, the Adam, has a share in God's creation because he names it. Significantly, he names her. She shall be called Isha, and later on he gives them the name Chava, life, because she's the mother of all the living. So there's hierarchy, but there's a radical hierarchy, and there's an equally radical egalitarianism in there as well. And so when you got to put it back in its context in order to see. And so this is it. Just then I'll ask a question and possibly end. The understanding that man could, like a male, could be in the selim of God, the image of the God. It was anciently understood, look, the king is the image of the God. God rules the world through the king. That's why he's the king. You're not the king, you're ballast, essentially, And woman, worse than that, So this is saying, as a matter of fact, your humblest peasant in the field is not ballast. Humblest peasant working in the fields, poor, ignorant, illiterate, he is still the selim of Elohim. He is still in the image of God. And more remarkably, the woman is the image of God as well. Man and woman jointly are the image of God, ruling the world in the name of Elohim. Mm-hmm. So this is revolutionary. Mm-hmm. And we still have not figured this out. So as long as we are saying that people are expendable, which we are, as long as we're saying that women are chattel and objects, that's the multi-gazillion dollar pornography industry, What does that mean? It means that women are chattel still, as a matter of fact. They can be bought and sold. So that we haven't learned from Genesis that the man and the woman together are in the image of God. They're God. That is the dignity that everyone has. Before, only kings had it, and even then, when only when backed up by armies. But by the mere fact of creation, soon as you emerge from the womb, helpless, poor, broke, whatever's going to happen to you, you are still in the image of Elohim. So this is utterly revolutionary in the ancient world, and as I say, we have not clued into it even yet, I would suggest.